And obviously I played for Blues and Jack played for Villa at the time. And I always thought, do you reckon it'd be awkward? Like, you know, he's Villa on Blues. And like, I've got no problem with him. I've never met him, but would it be awkward? I don't know what he'd say about it.
Jude, nice to meet you. Brummagem legend.
No, not a legend, but yeah, nice to meet you as well.
Listen, we know here we are in the talkSPORT den. You can see the talkSPORT logo behind you and whatnot. Now, I understand you're a big fan of Mr. Ali McCoist.
I love him, man. Honestly, every time he's on the radio, I always listen. Obviously, we don't really get it in Germany, so we just get the clips of on YouTube and on Twitter and stuff. I just find him so funny. And to be fair, whenever he's done the commentary on the games, it's always, I don't know, it's way more enjoyable, the games somehow. So yeah, I like him a lot. Yeah.
Well, look, he, in the grand traditions of award ceremonies, he can't be here to talk to you, but Alex here has got a little message that he wants to play for you from the man himself.
What a guy.
Jude, how you doing, mate? It's Ali here, Ali McCoist. I hope you're well. Loving your work, pal. Really pleased for you and the boys. You're doing really well, mate. Sorry I didn't catch up with you today, but very, very best of luck on Sunday. I hope you do well, mate. You and the boys, and I'm desperately looking forward to come up and see you next week, and we'll get a catch up. Good luck, mate. Enjoy. Make sure you enjoy it.
What a legend. He's so funny, man.
There you go. There's a Scot wishing you well on Sunday. How about that for starters?
Football, innit?
It is. But there you go. That's Ali for you. Everyone loves him.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not alone in that,
are you?
Not
surprised at
all.
all.
We all love him there too. Well, listen, let's get down to business. It's not your first rodeo being with England at a major tournament, but I guess it's slightly different being away from home for as long as you have been. How is this experience for you so far in Qatar?
It's been a bit different to the Euros, actually. I feel like you don't really get a full sense of World Cup fever because we're kind of so tucked away in our little hotel, and it's not little, but our nice hotel. So it feels like we're quite far away from everything, really. It's only when you get to the games that you realise, wow, this is massive. And the Euros felt a bit different. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it was in England, so you couldn't really avoid it. But yeah, I think both experiences have been brilliant so far, and we've got to carry on this journey.
It's been great to see you out there playing. Now, against Wales, you were playing in a number 10 role. We were playing a bit further forward. Now, we all know, or at least a lot of fans, they should know about the story behind the number 22, about you, the coach talked about you can play 4, 8 or a 10. How much did you enjoy that experience, playing that far forward for your country? Yeah,
it wasn't quite a number 10, it was more like an 8-10. It was a bit of a mix of the two, but I enjoy it, as long as I'm on the pitch, and I've kind of, Gareth always gives me that kind of freedom and license to get forward and do what I do on the ball. So it doesn't really matter where I'm picking it up. I think you've seen a different side of me in each game, really, and I want to carry on doing the one that's the best out of the three, whatever Gareth feels like that is. And yeah, I'm just enjoying my football, really.
Well, I heard Phil telling Fake or others he was taking a claim for the number 10 spot. He fancies playing in there.
Does Phil want?
Yeah, he fancies it.
I don't surprise him. He can get on the ball in tight spaces. He can create. He's so smart as a football player. So yeah, I'm not surprised that he wants to play there.
The great thing about you, Jude, at 19, you appear to have integrated yourself so quickly into this international squad, probably the same way that you integrated yourself in the Blue squad when you were a boy and at Dortmund now. How do you manage that? What do you put that down to?
Great lads being around you. To be honest, I'd love to sit here and say I'm so funny and but I'm not. It's the truth is that the lads that I've come up and played with are just great lads. Brilliant to be around, so inclusive. I think it's always the start's the most difficult when you come up, and the thing that I noticed the most, or that was most worried about, is when I came up was playing Germany's. They're going to be talking about their games at the weekend, and they won't have a clue what we've done or who I am or how I played or whatever. So it's difficult, but a lot of them, it turns out they do when you just get chatting, and they take interest. And obviously, I'm interested in what them guys are up to. So you really overthink it before you come in, and you just realise they're just great lads.
Well, you'd have heard the same stories we did about old England squads and sitting at different tables when you're in the cafeteria and cliques forming and things like that. So it's only natural to feel that make you feel like first day at school sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely. I think you hear about all the kind of stuff of the past, and you think, surely, is it going to be like that again? And you go into it, and honestly, it was from I remember actually, to tell you the truth, there was the first encounter I had in the squad. So I've come down for lunch, and it's just been announced that I'm with the senior team, and obviously I played for Blues and Jack played for Villa at the time, and I always thought, do you reckon it'd be awkward? Like, you know, he's Villa on Blues, and I've got no problem with him. I've never met him, but would it be awkward? I don't know what he'd say about it. And I think it was the year after he got punched in the back of the head, so I was thinking, who knows if he holds that grudge or whatever. And then we've just come to the lunch line, and he's given me a massive hug straight away, and then I just felt like, yeah, this is gonna be sound.
See, there you go, folks. Hands across the expressway. It does happen.
Yeah.
Between Blues and Villa. It's nice to hear.
Some of them are all right.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Now, tell us about your relationship with Gareth and how that's developed since your debut.
Yeah, I think it's been really good. I think he's eased me in really well, to the point where at one point I thought, you know, I was miles away, and then all of a sudden the way he's integrated me into like the starting 11 and getting more minutes on the pitch has been really good. You know, me naturally, I'm a bit impatient. I want to play every single game. You know, I was going away at the Euros thinking I want to play, I want to go to play, and I think that's important to have that mentality, because it means that I'm always striving to be my best in training and whatnot. But there is a level of like realism that you have to have about where you're at. The boys in the Euros were brilliant, and there were for this camps after as well. But I always felt like as long as I kept playing and developing and learning whilst I came away with the squad, that my time will come, and it has.
Now, I watched your debut for Birmingham at Portsmouth in the EFL Cup. So a long time ago, it seems, although it's only really yesterday.
It seems like. Like yesterday, doesn't it?
Well, it does. It does seem like yesterday. I mean, of course, you were one of a number of youngsters that Pep Clotet brought into that Birmingham team that day. What I was thinking about the other day was when this Qatar World Cup was announced, it was 2010, so you'd have been, I don't know, 9 or something like that. I don't know. How would
2010?
2010 when it was announced.
7.
So, I mean,
7,
when did you have Qatar 2022 on your mind at all? Let's say when you made your debut for Blues at 16, did you have that thought in your head, that ambition?
What a question. So it would have been 2019 I made my debut?
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah. August. Would you have had that drive within you at that point, do you think?
I would have always thought, you know, I'm gonna play at a World Cup. I've always said one thing is I never thought things would unfold as quickly as they did. And again, I'd love to take big credit for that. But it's always been the people that I've been around, the teams that I've played in. I've been so lucky to be surrounded by people that just give me the freedom to express my talent. And yeah, I think one thing just leads to another, doesn't it? You know, I was playing at, you know, I made my debut, and then a few weeks later, and I remember after my debut, there was a 2 or 3 week gap where I just couldn't get in the team. And then we had a couple of injuries. I come off the bench against Stoke, and then it feels like tomorrow now I'm at the World Cup. So things go so fast, and I've just tried to enjoy every step of it.
I always felt for Trevor Francis, I thought you might have a voodoo doll of you out because you broke both his records, youngest player and youngest goal scorer.
To be fair, he's got many of us, so I don't think he's too worried. But that's someone I've always respected massively. But I think that one was a bit more realistic for me at the time, maybe around 12, 13, when you start hearing stuff about, you know, records and stuff. That was the one that I probably always had my eye on, the Trevor Francis ones.
Just talking about your youth as well, there's a guy called Andrew Spencer, who most people won't know about, but he was a big part of your development at the Priory, I think it was. When
Mr. Spencer,
He's a teacher now in Dubai. He's got a gig just in the country next door. He's working in Dubai now.
I knew I knew he's been here. I didn't know if he was still here, but he was my PE teacher in secondary school. Really good person. Always looked after me, made sure that I was on the right track as well. So
that's good. Well, these are important people like you,
100%.
like him, your parents, your coaches in the academy at Birmingham, and I'm guessing the coaches at Dortmund who see you on a week-to-week basis too.
Yeah, 100%. So the Ghana manager Otto Addo, he does a lot with the young players, and he was someone who probably goes behind the scenes a little bit more, and he doesn't really take the credit for what Dortmund have done with young players. You know, everyone talks about they get the opportunity to play, but actually there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes in terms of watching back the games and making them feel comfortable within the senior squad, and he's a big part of that. So I feel like I just had to mention him. He's always one that kind of goes under the radar a bit, and now he's getting his praise. Speaking
about African nations and you know, Otto out here coaching, Senegal's up next for England. What specific threats do you see them posing to you on Sunday?
I'm not going to go into too much detail, obviously, but they're a very good side, really good quality down both wings, very direct. We'll always look to get end product in, so it's important that we're on our game and we're focused from the first minute. Really, we can't afford to start the game slowly or lethargically. So it's going to be a tough game.
Just finally on England, do you look at the draw? Do you look at the way it's falling and how it could go if things go to plan?
I've had a little look, and obviously people were talking about it a bit before the tournament about, it always comes up, doesn't it? If you finish second, you get these, or you have to beat these. But then you get here, and it's just like, nah, Senegal's the be-all and end-all for us at the minute. If we get past them, then we'll worry about what comes next. But for right now, all the focus is on that game.